Authorities have been involved with the abuse and neglect of Edward and Lily Smith since November 21. We warned them, unless they worked together effectively and took urgent action, disaster would be inevitable. Sadly, that is exactly what happened, with Edward having all of his money stolen, then eventually dying in December 24 from injuries sustained during his abuse. But now we come to the really disturbing, unsettling part of our story. Instead of authorities bringing the abuser to justice and making an example of her, as would happen in most civilised countries, they seem to have done the opposite, leaving her free to target other elderly vulnerable people in the same way, should she choose to do so. Furthermore, as if that was not bad enough, it appears authorities then went on to misuse their power, expending a significant amount of time and effort, using all of the tools at their disposal in an attempt at engineering a complicated and elaborate cover-up, even to the extent of defaming the very people who were brave enough to report the abuse to them in the first place. We now feel it is our right and in the public interest to expose these potential wrongdoings, which appear to include maladministration, malpractice and misconduct. And that is what we hope to do with this next series of videos. As we try to comprehend what Worcestershire County Council Social Services have done, we are finding it almost impossible to understand their reasoning and thinking, since most of what they write and speak is so convoluted it is unintelligible. We will be demonstrating this by including in our videos extracts from Worcestershire County Council's final report, together with emails and telephone conversations involving their employees, including social workers and social services managers. The latter do not like exposure, probably because they are the ones making these bonkers decisions. Worcestershire County Council's final report took 9 months to produce. They even specifically employed an investigating officer at taxpayers' expense to write it. However, if we had to liken this local government authority report to a work of art, we would have to say it was a Jackson Pollock. In fact, we would probably say it was a load of Pollocks. Here is an example of how this report has been written. I wish I didn't know now what I didn't know then. If you can understand the above, then congratulations. You are much smarter than us, and you should have no trouble understanding Worcestershire County Council's final report. But we are not so bright, and at times have found our exchanges with Worcestershire County Council Social Services akin to communicating with some alien species from a distant planet, very, very far from Earth. The following are extracts from a telephone conversation between Beverly and a Worcestershire County Council social worker, dated 15th of the 11th, 23, as she tries to justify the following. Worcestershire County Council Social Services placing Beverly's mother Lily into care after being abused and neglected since November 21, then refusing to tell Beverly or any other member of Lily's family where she had been taken. However, they were prepared to make one exception. They were happy to tell Susan where Lily was, even though it was Beverly who had first reported the abuse to authorities, and Susan who had committed the abuse, and they must have known this because they had financial information and medical information telling them this was indeed the case.
Over the next few days. So I had a chat with her about, well, I did a class assessment around contact with others and had a chat with her about who she would like to see, who she would like to have visit. Let me just double check my notes. Right, okay, so what she's saying to me at the moment, she's still very clear and adamant that her wishes are she doesn't wish to see yourself or Ian at the moment. And I tried to get an understanding of why. And your mum just kept saying to me, I don't want the aggro. There's too much fighting going on. I don't want it. So I did say to her, well, she can come and see you when she's not here. You know, we can arrange for those separate bits. No, I just don't want the aggro at the minute. And I couldn't quite get past that. And I was trying to with that loads. And I spent a good hour and a half with her at the home, having that conversation. She couldn't quite give me a reason as to why she didn't want to. And
Exactly.
I was trying.
That's why she'd be fine with me. What it is, it's blaming me for the aggro.
Uses that mum has been brainwashed by.
She has. But the thing is, I'll just stop you there a second. I've got a telephone conversation that I had with my mum about 7 days ago, before you actually took her into care.
Right, okay.
And she's fine with me to my face. But she has just gone on and on and on and on. She might say, this is what they've been saying all along, that we've caused the aggro. But my mum doesn't understand that I've just tried to protect her.
No, your mum didn't say that you're causing the aggro.
Was she saying it's Ian? Yeah, well.
No. She's not blaming any person in particular. She just said the aggro it causes. And she did go on to say to me, the girls don't get on, they can't be in the same room together. It just causes too much aggro for me.
But she stole £50,000 off them as well. You know, she's stolen all their life savings.
Here is what this social worker stated in Worcestershire County Council's final report. While someone may have been deemed to lack capacity, they continue to try and involve individuals with the best interest decisions being made about them. This refers to the Mental Capacity Act 2005, which states all decisions made must be in the person's best interests. From what we have seen, this has never been done. Decisions are always made in the best interests of others, because it is extremely easy to get away with doing this. How on earth could it possibly be in Lily's best interests to prevent her from seeing her youngest daughter Beverly and every other member of her family, with the exception of Susan, who was actually her abuser? Then she goes on to repeat what she said during the telephone conversation. Lily was adamant and repeatedly said she did not want to see Beverly. Now we know Lily better than anyone, and we strongly suspect Lily said no such thing. Just listen to the telephone conversation between Beverly and Lily, included later on in this video. It does not seem to demonstrate she did not want to see her youngest daughter Beverly. It is this evidence against the word of one social worker, a social worker who perhaps wanted to hide Lily's abuse to serve her own best interests. Then she says Lily wanted to see her brother Ronnie. This is very likely to be true. And then she says Ronnie was told where Lily was at the same time as Beverly, more than 30 days after Lily was first taken into care. After this, she says, both Susan and Ronnie knew where Lily was, and they could have told Beverly. But how could Ronnie tell Beverly when he did not know? Remember, Ronnie was only told where Lily was the same time as Beverly, more than 30 days after Lily was first taken into care. We think these statements are not true. In fact, we have been told by another member of our family, Worcestershire County Council Social Services would only tell them where Lily was if they promised not to pass the information on to Beverly, thus causing further stress and friction amongst our family. We think this is absolutely outrageous behaviour from a local government authority. The following are extracts from an email from a social services area manager dated 24th of the 11th, 23, fully supporting the inhumane decision of isolating Lily from Beverly and the rest of her family, with the exception of Susan, her abuser. Mrs. Smith has a different point of view, and I appreciate how upsetting it must be for Beverly to hear that her mother does not wish to see her. Mrs. Smith has also expressed that she does not wish for information to be shared about her, other than for Beverly to know she is both well and safe. This places professionals working with Mrs. Smith in the unfortunate position of appearing as if they are in some way preventing both information sharing and contact. So it's not the professional's fault, it's the fault of the person suffering with dementia. In fact, it always seems to be someone else's fault with Worcestershire County Council Social Services. This email reminded us of one of those American crime shows where the murderer, after disposing of the victim's body, sends a letter to their family saying, "Hi, it's me. I'm very happy and having a great time, but please don't come looking for me." Anyway, here are extracts from the telephone conversation between Beverly and her mother Lily, dated 28th of the 10th, 23, which she mentioned to the social worker during the telephone conversation included earlier on in this video. It seems to demonstrate Lily was suffering with dementia and did not really understand what was happening to her. It does not seem to demonstrate she did not want to see her youngest daughter Beverly.
Hello, Mum, it's Bev.
Hello, Beverly.
Are you alright?
Yeah, why?
Where are you? At home?
Huh?
Are you at home?
At home.
You're at home.
At home, yeah.
Are you on your own?
At the minute, yeah.
Yeah? Where
Why?
are you alright though?
I think so.
Have you spoken to Dad?
Yeah, why?
I just wondered because they've moved him, haven't they?
It's not him.
I went to see Dad in Worcester.
What for?
I've been to see him about 6 times in hospital.
Oh, dear.
I told you to get carers in. If you and Dad are having falls, they will not leave you to look after yourself.
Oh,
Nobody will.
oh.
You can't be falling and staying at home.
Mm.
But it's got nothing to do with me, what happened with the Mum. She's not letting me talk to you or anything. She's not letting you talk to Ralph. She's not letting you to speak to anybody.
I do speak to people.
Well, who?
Yeah,
Who?
people.
Who?
Friends.
Who?
Friends.
Who, Mum?
Everyone who...
See? It's no good. It's brainwashed you and turned you against me and Ian for no reason.
They haven't brainwashed you, haven't.
She has, Mum. She's brainwashed you and Dad. And she shouldn't be leaving you on your own.
Yeah, well, Dad's in hospital at the minute.
I know he is.
Oh.
But
You alright?
he's got peace and quiet now.
Huh?
He's got peace and quiet now.
What's Dad say?
Well, Dad can't say anything, Mum. He's confused. He's not with it anymore. He's been delirious in hospital. The doctors are that concerned because he was in such a state when he got into hospital.
Yeah.
He
Anyway.
nearly died. He died, Mum.
Yeah.
Dad died twice.
Really?
Yes. They resuscitated him in hospital.
Yeah.
And they wanted to know why Dad was in such a state. Oh, that's all right. They're back now then?
No, not yet.
Oh. You got anyone there?
No,
No?
I'm just doing some ironing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You're all right then?
I'm alright, yeah.
All right then.
Okay.
I'll phone you again then.
Okay then.
Make sure you answer the phone.
Okay.
All right then.
Bye then.
Bye.
Bye.
So, we are firmly of the opinion this decision by Worcestershire County Council Social Services of isolating Lily seems to amount to misconduct and appears to be a clear breach of both Beverly's and Lily's human right to family life. It took more than 30 days of protesting before Worcestershire County Council Social Services finally did the right thing and told Beverly where her mother was. What authorities did to Beverly and Lily is completely and utterly unacceptable, and should not be allowed to happen in any civilised country. Now we come to what we think is the real reason Worcestershire County Council Social Services refused to tell Beverly or any other member of the family where Lily had been taken into care. We think they did this in an effort to cover up the injuries Lily had sustained during her abuse, which appeared to expose their safeguarding failures, and they did this for just enough time to allow her injuries to heal. But this despicable cover-up by authorities has failed. Here are the injuries Lily had on admission to the care home. This is what was written in the care plan. On admission to Willowbank, Lily had many bruises covering her body. Then it goes on to say, Lily does appear to have skin tears. And this is what was included on Lily's body map. The pink arrow points to a nasty open cut to her arm. This was the injury police showed Ian during interview. The following are extracts from a telephone conversation between Beverly and a carer at Willowbank House residential home, dated 8th of the 12th, 25, as she recounts disturbing details regarding Lily's admission to the care home. She speaks of how Susan delivered her mother Lily to the door of the care home like some unwanted package, before scuttling off into the night, probably to score some crack, never to be seen again, certainly not by Edward or Lily. She also confirms that Lily was covered in bruises.
Because I was the one, me and
Oh
the
no.
ones that had...
When she turned up though, she turned up covered in bruises, didn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was because my sister and calling the doctors and things when my mum had a fall and gashed her arm really badly in the garden, and my sister accused Ian of aggravated bodily harm. See, like you said, when Mum came in, she was covered in bruises, so it was you and...
Yeah. Was that day.
And
I actually had to go and pick up because she ended up in the middle of the town with your mum. She couldn't find a care home.
Oh, was it you went to meet her?
Yeah, I went to meet her by the Asda in Pershore. She was by the, the swimming pool.
She just dropped Mum off and went, didn't she?
Yeah, as far as I'm aware, yeah, because I came in, I dropped her, I brought her here, I went and said, look, she's here, see what's going on, because I was off my hours, so I just went as a favor, just to help her. And I said, see what you can do, and we will sort it out. She said the next day, you won't believe her, she just came in, left the bag at the door, and off she went. I was like, what?
You're going to get her drugged.
And covered in bruises, which she... Because she was texting me saying, don't phone the doctors. But of course, my mum tells me that she fell and cut her arm, and used that and took photos and showed the police.
But I did.
And he did it. What a bitch.
Yes, you got into trouble for nothing. Since the day I helped her with your mom, I've never seen her again.
Exactly.
No.
She doesn't come in
her again.
No.
Susan falsely reported Ian of causing these injuries, but unbeknownst to her, we had been carefully monitoring the situation and collecting evidence for publication at a later date, and were able to prove that Ian could not have done this. Just as well, since West Mercia Police made the decision to arrest Ian and take him to Worcester Police Station for questioning. Here in the UK, actual bodily harm against an elderly person is considered to be a very serious offence and frequently leads to immediate imprisonment, which can be for up to 5 years. As expected, he was later released with no charge, but only after hours of police time had been wasted. But it did serve one useful purpose. During police interview, Ian was shown photographic evidence of Lily's injuries, likely caused by her recurrent falling at home. One of those injuries was a nasty open cut to her arm, which looked like it required several stitches. Now he already knew about this injury to Lily, because she had mentioned the pain it was causing her to her youngest daughter Beverly during the following telephone conversation, dated 22nd of the 8th, 23.
Happening.
I don't know. I'm going to put the phone down because I'm just men putting bandage on my arm and sore.
What's happened to your hand?
I just cut it on the side.
Has it changed
I
that?
don't know when to put it back anyway, so please don't ring again.
Here is the same injury photographed on 16th of the 4th, 25. As you can see, it has left quite a nasty scar. As far as we know, Lily was never properly treated for this injury, and the wound was probably left open. We even reported this injury to authorities, including Lily's GP at Corbett Medical Practice, and are quite shocked no effective action was taken. It was negligent of them to leave Lily with an open wound like this. She could have contracted sepsis and died. We know this firsthand because this actually happened to one of our neighbours recently. The following are extracts from a telephone conversation between Beverly, Ian and a Worcestershire County Council social worker. The same conversation included earlier on in this video, dated 15th of the 11th, 23, as she tries to justify not investigating the financial abuse Edward and Lily were subjected to by Susan.
As well, you know, she's stolen all their life savings.
Well, those are allegations at the moment, Beverly. We've got no evidence as such with that. Your mum and dad...
You got the bank statement.
That's from December, January. It doesn't show me 50,000 going into the account and being spent.
What you should be doing is just, which home is my mum in? So I can give...
I can't talk about
If
that.
you can't talk about that, well, I'm going to end this conversation now, and I'm not going to be dealing with this anymore. Ian's going to be dealing with it.
Okay, well,
I'm not happy. Hang on a minute.
I'm not dealing with Ian, Beverly. I'm
No.
going to speak to my safeguarding lead, and I'm going to speak
He
to
wants to
legal.
speak to you now. Here he is.
Well,
And by the evidence.
I'm going to make a call. I'm very sorry.
You don't want to know about the £50,000, do you?
We had given her a bank statement showing 33 cash withdrawals amounting to £4,670 in 1 month. Relatives had also given her bank statements showing similar withdrawals of cash. All of our family thought these bank statements constituted good and compelling evidence against Susan, who, since November 21, appeared to have stolen around £50,000 from Edward and Lily's bank accounts. We wanted her to report this matter properly to West Mercia Police and submit this evidence to police detectives, but she appeared to be quite unwilling to do this and did not seem to think it was evidence of theft. Her reasoning seemed to be because £50,000 had not been stolen in one go, it could not have been stolen at all. We think this social worker was deliberately covering up crime in an attempt to cover up her own negligence. Consequently, we strongly suspect she is guilty of perverting the course of justice, a very serious offence. In fact, we think she should also be investigated by West Mercia Police. With this situation, it appears Worcestershire County Council Social Services have got themselves into a big, deep hole and have just kept on digging, which suggests there must be something seriously wrong with their management, especially at the top. Incredibly, they also appear to have dragged others into the same hole, including the Office of the Public Guardian, Worcestershire Royal Hospital, Abbotswood Medical Centre, Willowbank House Residential Home, the Medical Examiner's Office and West Mercia Police, and they will be featured in future videos. How could they allow themselves to be party to such insanity by appearing to protect and defend a despicable abuser of elderly, vulnerable people? From this chaotic situation, there appears to be one simple lesson for everybody. If you make a mistake, admit it at the earliest opportunity and make sure you do it before any serious harm is caused.